Abu Dhabi, capital of the United Arab Emirates, and one of the richest cities in the world. And on the small coastal island of Saadiyat, a multi-billion-dollar cultural transformation is taking place. A Guggenheim Museum, designed by Frank Gehry. The first ever Louvre Museum to be built outside Paris, and the first New York University campus outside the US. The entire project is surrounded by five-star hotels and luxury villas. But for many of the tens of thousands of migrant workers building Abu Dhabi's dream island, there is a more brutal reality. In this workers' camp, men put up sheets around the toilet for privacy and cook in squalid kitchens. In the bedrooms, 43 Bangladeshi men bunk together, 10 to each windowless room. They earn $245 a month, painting the New York University campus, working long hours, 6 days a week. All were too afraid to speak on camera. Many said they wanted to return home, but were trapped by the thousands of dollars they owed to recruitment companies in Bangladesh. In this makeshift food market and cooking area, hundreds of laborers spend their one day off a week. It's next to the city dump and the sewage works, and the main employers have ordered the men to close the market. But there's little else for the men to do, and nowhere else to go. It's here we met Mohammed Arif. Mohammed lost his leg last year in what he says was an industrial accident, but the company disputes this. Mohammed says he is being punished for his claim, and that the company has refused his requests for a room on the ground floor. 2 weeks ago, after months of waiting, he received a prosthetic leg from a charity. But the cheap plastic material causes him agonizing pain. Officially, though, Mohammed and hundreds of his fellow laborers are not really living out here by the sewage plant at all. Officially, they live here.
The construction village has been built to house up to 40,000 workers, employed by contractors to build this island.
The world's greatest labor camp, with grass cricket grounds, chess, a library featuring John Steinbeck and Ayn Rand, table tennis, pool, multilingual screening rooms, even a camp muralist. But the Observer's investigation suggests that the men living here are a small minority of the Saadiyat workforce. In May, workers for the UAE's largest construction company, Arab Tech, went out on strike. These photos were taken at 1:30 a.m. as workers gathered in groups to plan their campaign. The police moved in quickly the next morning, forcing the men back to work. Soon, hundreds were being rounded up and sent home. But for those who remained, far worse was to follow. Violence erupted after the company replaced Bangladeshi strikers with Pakistani workers. Pakistani men jumped from windows to escape Bangladeshi gangs going room to room in the camp. Arab Tech said 25 men were arrested and 40 hospitalized, but workers say the real figures are much higher. In recent weeks, art dealers and collectors joined the biggest names in the design world at the Abu Dhabi Art Festival here in Saadiyat. It was an opportunity to ask some questions that have so far gone unanswered.
I'd like to ask you both, are you aware of this recent Gulf labor boycott of the Guggenheim because of the conditions of the workers? And are you satisfied that the conditions of the workers building the Louvre and the Guggenheim?
That's not why Monica's here, but I'll answer the question. So we are, of course, very concerned that progress be made, and we're very aware of what's happening, and we're working with our partners at TDIC to make certain that the conditions here are exemplary. So that's all I can say. Anyone else?
A similar question was put to Jean Nouvel, the chief architect of the Louvre project.
Yesterday I saw very good condition of work. People very well equipped, for example, very good. No, I saw nothing abnormal.
As the festival continued, 19 striking Arab tech workers were heading to the airport for deportation. One of them, Amraz, a worker on the Louvre project, was being sent home, having refused to work for just $160 a month. He was angry enough to risk talking to us. We put a series of detailed questions to Saadiyat's government-owned master developer about the conditions for workers seen in this video. We are still awaiting a substantive response.
Got 6 troubles on my back, like 6 little milk teeth, all gone bad.